Numbers are rounded off in mathematics, just like words are shortened in English, or the names of some of our friends. For instance, the names Ndidiamaka, Chiamaka, Ukamaka, Nneamaka can all be shortened or summarized to Amaka. In the same vein, numbers can be summarized, and this process is called rounding off. So, numbers can be rounded off to the nearest whole number, nearest 10, 100, and 1000, or even to a specified number of decimal places. Rounding off a number is determined by the preceding place value for whole numbers and succeeding place value for decimals. Furthermore, if the number happens to be from 0 to 4, then the given number is rounded down. But if the number is from 5 to 9, then the given number is rounded up. For instance, to round off 15 to the nearest 10, the question is, what are tens closest to 15? They are 10 and 20. Then, we look at the unit place value, which is 5. Hence, we round up to 20. Alternatively, we could simply add 1 to the 1 in 15 to get 20. Whereas, if we were to round off 13, we observe that 3 is less than 5. Hence, we round down to 10, or simply add 0 to the 1 in 13 to get 1. Therefore, 13 is 10 to the nearest 10. Now, let's take a look at this example. Round off 348.167 to the nearest 100, nearest 10, nearest whole number, and 2 decimal places. Remember that rounding off a number is determined by the preceding place value for whole numbers and succeeding place value for decimals. Therefore, to round off 348.167 to the nearest 100, we consider the tens place value, which is 4. Hence, we round down to 300. Next, we look at the unit place value to round off 348.167 to the nearest tens, and it happens to be 8. Therefore, we round up to 350 by adding 1 to 4. Next, in order to round off 348.167 to the nearest whole number, we look at the number immediately after the decimal point, which is 1 in this case. So, we simply round down by adding 0 to 8. Therefore, we have 348. Lastly, remember I mentioned earlier that rounding off a decimal number is determined by the succeeding place value. So, to round off 348.167 to 2 decimal places, we look at the third decimal place, which is 7 in this case. Hence, we simply add 1 to 6 to get 348.17. Therefore, we have 348.17 to 2 decimal places. And that is it. Remember that rounding off numbers is a way of summarizing numbers, and numbers are rounded down if the number is from 0 to 4, while they are rounded up if the number is from 5 to 9.